My people, on a good evening, on a good morning, on a good afternoon, on a good night. It depends on where on a day. Make una remember I say today we talk say we will discuss one issue, some issues wey be say concern our women. May not know dey be like say we dey leave them for the matter because since we get helping hand of our sisters and brothers wey be say dem dey into this matter of how women fit dey take care of themselves. Now we come take am now and say based on the questions too wey be say many people dey ask us and they ask us say why don't they do this kind of program? Why don't they do this one? So we come see one of our sisters wey be say in dey ready gidigba wey be say e go use mouth take dey talk so many things wey be say e concern our women and as dem fit take put themselves for the right place and dem fit take care of themselves. So today we don first see that our sister before, but this one na special discussion wey be say we know say e go interest everybody and una go like am too because why? Many people now don dey find out wetin I go do for this kind of thing, which kind of problem wey be say women dey face now, how wetin dem go come do put for inside. No be wetin be say just concern matter wey be say this one kill am, the other one don go the other side, the other one don enter the other side. No people dey talk for here. So today now we dey invite that our sister come our studio here, make e come explain or tell us as our women the kind of wey be say the fit dey take care of themselves wey be say concern woman matter. We know say so many things dey happen for the world wey we dey today, most especially some women that be say they don pass through some kind problem wey be say dem say man rape am, man do am this one, or different things wey be say dey happen to them. So no fit born because why? They don't know why they no fit born, or many things dey. So our sister, this in na the person wey be say in dey handle this matter. Na im make am come talk am say today he come join us. That's our sister now. We go invite her now, make him join us for our studio. Most of them don't already know her before. Now him be Dr.Loretta, but he will introduce himself well for us again because so but for now we say be foreigners, we say no not to know her like that. So they he will still come tell us say who she be. So now we go introduce her, make she come join us for our studio here. Hello.
My brother, good evening.
Oh, madam, this is Dr. Loretta. Welcome to Upperland TV. So as you talk about before, now here, now we dey knack the important matter we say concern our people. We know say you don't come our studio before. We say you constantly talk so many things. We say people supposed to hear and how we supposed to take handle am. But today, before we start, due to the people we say they don't want to know you like that, we go see like me to tell them say, see the kind of person you be and see what TV say you dey do.
Thank you, my brother, Lucky or Mosigo. My name na Loretta, you don't talk am. My Benin name na Oduwari, and my papa name na Ogboro, and my husband name na Okor. So my name na Loretta Oduwari Ogboro-Okor. Primarily, I be doctor. As I finish that doctor school, I can't say I need to stay one area where I go just dey do because people not they know, but doctor work is wide well. Now I come decide say okay, now the care of pregnant and non-pregnant women. Now I like and now I go dey do. And the reason why I choose them, they hard to find. The first thing we say one, now women na they responsible for the next generation, whether we like them or not. We know say na man and woman na they create children. But most times the care of children of the next generation, they fall on the lap of women. And men, may una listen today, una must continue to help in this driver's seat. So any man where he get sister, where he get mama, where he get daughter, make una carry check on sit down. No una notice say na only woman matter, na him Lucky and Loretta want talk today. Second thing where make me decide say na this care of women I want to. Because when I did University of Benin Medical School, you get one of my professors where really impact on me. And his name na Professor Friday Okono. So looking at him as a mentor, I can't decide say, I like the way this man they care for women and get better results. And you talk of men like Uncle Eugene Ogboro, as I call him, and many others. I can't say, I go do this part. So I think that our brother, you have done well to decide to make I come talk wetin I dey do every day. Now my brother and butter.
You do well. So my people, una don hear am now, maybe say she don't use her mouth to talk so many things now. They say as she take enter, and the reason why she enter because She look and say, ah, Oyibo do this one, Oyibo do this one. And she na African woman she be. Then she come talk say, ah, she want use now this video will be say she don't sabi now, constantly help our people. So now, as we come to studio today now, the important matter will be so one discuss, I talked about before. Now, what we say, it concern really our men and our women. Because we dey see and say most of our women, most of them get problem of what we say concern this reproduction matter. Why I not see pikin born, why I not dey fertile. So many matter will be say concern these two issues will be so they talk about. So, but now before we start, we go like make we ask you for one. We'll start with one question. We talk say, what be the main issues will be say that they face for this reproduction? We would like to start from there.
Okay, Oga Lucky, do well. Interpreted your question be say, wetin be the main issue wey dey affect women reproductive organs or part
You
of
say
women?
you be doctor. Anyone who is not put on well because doctor get language, lawyer get
Uh,
language. So you go dey
uh,
treat am like that.
yes, the part of the problem wey dey affect the part of women wey e dey responsible for their primary task wey be reproduction. Because woman body get different part. You get head, I get head. You get hand, I get hand. You be man, I be woman, I get leg. But that part wey is separate, na that part wey dey in charge of reproduction. And reproduction simply means to recreate, to may I just use the word to born. That be reproduction. So, bros, if you go fit help me, you'll bring one diagram come out because I want make we use that picture to explain this thing step by step. So the
Okay.
things wey fit affect the reproduction for women, the part of woman body wey dey cater for this reproduction or say they wan born or wey dey make them woman. Because even Bible, they say the one preacher one day he say womb man. It means say man wey get womb. Na him woman from that word from come. You know that thing that makes us different. Na him we wan look so. So if you bring that diagram up, I go wan take am step by step because you know say we fit divide am into okay, the things wey dey affect the pregnant woman and the things wey dey affect the woman wey no get belle. Or we fit look am as the things wey dey affect menstruation and the things wey no dey affect menstruation. Or we fit just look am as we'll just take the organ one by one. So make we take am one by one with this picture. Make all of una, men and women wey sit down today, make una think with me, make una start from the outside. E get wetin we dey call labia majora and minora. So that one na that fold wey you go see for woman body for in between im leg. And the things wey fit affect that place na wetin we dey call vulvar vaginitis. Me go explain all the big word, but I still need to talk them because I be scientist. So that vulvar vaginitis go affect like the fold, the bigger fold and the smaller fold wey dey in between woman leg. And maybe sometimes e fit affect the part wey dem dey call the clitoris. Now, for those wey no know the part wey dem dey call the clitoris, most time when dem dey do all those female circumcision, na im dem dey cut comot. But if you look am now, you see am for there. The things wey fit affect this part na say irritation, skin irritation or clot irritation. E go come dry, e go come red, dey itch sometimes. And sometimes e fit dey get some sort of discharge. And women no too understand, and e good say you really bring this topic today because the problems of the female reproductive organs, some of them are just simple things wey simple things fit cure. Like this one wey I dey describe so na some of our women wey dem go just begin dey wash their vulva, that area wey I describe, to just begin dey wash am with many soap, dey put many perfume. That place no be wetin dem dey use soap and perfume take dey wash like that. that place na God na him make am. He come make am say the place dey clean himself. True, you need to wash am, but you need to use just simple water. Simple water. You no need medicated soap. You no need anything wey harsh. If you wan progress to the next step, you fit use wetin dem dey call all these simple feminine wash. I no wan be, maybe you come be like say we dey advertise any product, so I no wan call product. But e get some product wey like all the doctors wey dey care for women for Obodo-Oyibo here, dey approve that product. They say that product no harsh. That product get balanced pH. pH na the, we fit call am the level of acid or acidity wey dey inside body, wey body take dey function. And that place get im own level, and it is easily irritable. Sometimes sef, if people go buy, if man use some kind condom wey e get many scent, e fit even irritate some women. So it is very important say make women, because as I dey talk about each part and wetin fit happen for them, I will just still dey talk the small small solution as we dey go. Make women know say no be to dey use harsh reagents or harsh soap take dey wash that place na im dey make am clean. Na simple water and simple wash. Some women go dey wash, dem go dey chook hand inside say dem dey wash. Wash the outside part, no need to chook hand inside, because God do am make the place dey clean himself. No get me wrong say I say make you no wash there. No, not be I dey talk. I dey say make you wash am, but wash am with simple water and simple wash. I no fit just leave say I no talk one name. Fem fresh na one good thing wey you fit use take wash there. I no wan talk any other ones. So make una, and all those people wey dey go sit down say dem wan sit down for on top maybe kanya matter, make the place for tight, make it, my brothers and my sisters, if you want make things tight, e get wetin dem call pelvic floor exercise. Na you go dey do to strengthen the muscles. Because if I dey carry weight now, you see the muscles don strengthen. If you just dey wash with different things, na the skin na you dey dry. You are not necessarily bulking up or working up the muscles. So pelvic floor exercise na im dey work muscle, come make the place stand down wella. Say you even fit use that muscle take dey grip man during you know.
So wait, me no come like say we dey go that another area now. Where you go first? So now this picture where we say I show yours now. You know, so you talk just and say you want to show them for that, because those baby go around that picture. Many people don't take here now. We say they see us now. They figure understand those baby go where we say around that place. So make I bring that picture come forward. Maybe for talk am again. So I mean, if understand where they talk about.
Okay. So I go stick to the picture as brother talk, make I not go other areas. But the part where they talk, you see labium majus, labium minus, and clitoris. Those are the parts where if you just open woman leg, now you go see those two folds. The bigger one are majus, the smaller one are minus, and the clitoris. And not overwash and make you not cause what they call vulvovaginitis, where be pain and scaling and dryness of that area or allergic reaction. Now, if you move, enter, you'll come enter the passage. Now that one we they call vagina. And many people, and that one they fit use different name for her. They'll call her hole or call her anything where they want call her. But that part, you also need to take care of her just by not touching it. Apart from maybe when you and your man want do things. There no other things need to go inside there. But we they see for work, for where we they work, say different women they like to they put different things inside there. But my advice be say to avoid any problem where they cause reproductive problem, try to leave that place alone. If you go up inside vagina again, you can see say e get one thing where come inside from the body of the womb itself that they call an uterus. That thing will be like pear where they there now. If you look at one small part come enter inside the vagina. Now that one that they call neck of the womb and then they call an cervix. And for that cervix now, the thing where if it happen for them now inflammation. Inflammation means say it don't dey irritated, they get problems. And then the body of the womb itself, we go still come to that one. Now, if you go look the other two things, they get one place where they write uterine tube, then they call that ovary. Now, for that uterine tube, and all these things where I don't talk, infection fit just begin they climb, they follow them, they go. It be like passage. Go just they follow and they go. So infection fit happen for inside the vagina. If it happen for inside the cervix where I don't talk cervicitis. If it go the tube, go sit down, this infection. And this one that they call sexually transmitted infection in some cases. In another kind of infection where if it happen, we say sometimes some women they use tampon during their menses. And when they put this tampon, sometimes they go forget. Some women they use cloths, they go chuka inside it, they will forget, they'll come they waka, they go. You go come gather blood. Bacteria like blood. Then they like kind of food for them. They'll come begin to multiply for them. And that one they cause something they call toxic shock syndrome. So apart from the sexually transmitted diseases where disease of man and woman mixing, we know them. Some of them are syphilis, gonorrhea, chlamydia. You can also have toxic shock syndrome happening by forgetting when person don't forget, say, input tampon for there. Although now it don't dey rare, but it still dey happen. And then all these things, they go just go the tube. You know those two tubes, they be like hand. Those two hands, you see them, where they go the ovary. They'll go stand up for their gidigba. And this tube, then be the pipe where when the ovary, that whitish thing there, when it release egg, it go pass through this tube, come inside womb. As they come, the semen from man will enter from the bottom part, will come meet and fertilize and baby will come form. You come pass that tube, enter the womb, come stay there, begin to grow, baby will begin to grow. But the thing be say, if we don't get sexually transmitted infection, this tube fit block, and that one fit cause infertility. This tube get small hand, many small hand wey we no dey see. So we dey call am say na tube wey be structural like pipe, and tube wey be functional. Say those small hands they beat, they just push the egg, they come from the ovary, they push am, they come. But when infection don't happen, those hands or those small fingers wey they call cilia, they not move again, they can't be like this, come stiff. So egg no go see where, e no go fit flow through that tube, and the egg go come stand down inside the tube.
So you mean now say this areas where they talk about, so now fit cause am we say woman not fit born.
Wait now, when the egg go come stand down inside the tube, you come fertilize, so they'll come they grow for inside tube. Show that picture again. That tube be like small straw. Space not there. Egg wey suppose go inside womb, e go come dey tube. Wetin go come happen? They call that one ectopic pregnancy. E go come burst for there and e fit kill. In fact, na emergency. Because that egg wey fertilize suppose enter inside this big pear-shaped one, this womb, that uterus, that one where they go up there. But you can't stay tube. And this now because say woman first get infection. So women, when know they play with herself, may you not go there sleep with man, say you not use raincoat or condom. E not good, make you not go carry infection. If you carry infection, and the difference between us women and men be say when men get infection, they quick show. But when we get infection, you know the shape go there, or the tube go come bafuka. Now when you come marry, come they find pikin, then when they'll come do image, they'll come see say, that tube, it don't block. Or you can't get this ectopic pregnancy where I talk so. Then when you reach the ovary, those two white things where they either side, you can't see say that one. Now they release egg. But sometimes if it gets cyst, and that cyst will cause pain or if it burst. Now, may we not forget, say all these things where I don't talk so. May we not forget the cancers. Anywhere for person body, including any of these organs, they fit get cancer. So if you get cancer of ovary, cancer of fallopian tube, cancer of neck of womb, cancer of womb itself, cancer of vulva, cancer of vagina, anywhere if you get cancer. So the cancers occur. And then we don't talk about endometriosis. Endometriosis now when the lining of the womb, wetin suppose dey inside that womb, you come to other places. Wetin suppose dey inside there, that small triangle inside, you come dey either the ovary or the tube or the vagina, you come dey different places. And that one na be endometriosis. And polycystic ovaries na when the ovary just dey liberate, e just get many small ovaries, cysts, sorry, for inside am. So all these things fit cause different problem. But the one wey I no go fit comot here say I no mention na fibroid. Fibroid sometimes dem dey call am the disease of the African woman. The reason be say, I no want to quote science, but may I try break am now. If five women get fibroid for Oyinbo land, no. If we take 5 women for Oyinbo land, 5, maybe 1 or 2 go get fibroid. But if we come, me and you now, Africa, Benin, Edo State, Nigeria, we take 5 women, 3 or 4 will get fibroid.
Why?
So, because that's how it just be. That's how it just be. Now, that's why they call it. The way God just make that one. It just be like saying now we say why mosquito dey Africa, why mosquito not dey England. They'll say na cold, but no, some kind mosquito dey England. We don't see mosquito before. Only say not carry plasmodium. So why plasmodium not dey this side? So sometimes some things just dey like that. They don't advance many theory, but that one are main scientific topic. But just to know, say this fibroid is common in us Black women. And one of the things we say, if you just did there, not show any sign, or for some of us, if you dey unlucky, it go to show different problem. Now, another way when you say describe what they affect women, their reproductive organs. Say if you divide them into the things where they linked with menstruation and the things where not they linked with menstruation. So if we just take the things linked with menstruation, then we just describe them quickly, then I'll end on this one. One, if it be say their menstruation, they're very heavy. They bleed. On an average, the woman menstruation is not supposed more than 80 mils. It's about 80 mils. But you see some women, bless them, they bleed, you know, and that one, they call them menorrhagia. There's some women, they're not just 60 period. Then amenorrhea or oligomenorrhea, depending on how you want to divide them. But may we know say those ones still happen. And so women just they get pain during period. Very painful, not be normal pain, but really severe pain. And that one will be due to endometriosis. So by and large, I would just say in summary for this part of the discussion, the reproductive organ or the burning organ or the thing where dey inside woman wey make women, e dey very special and unique, and e fit cause problem at different times. So if you want manage those kind of problem, go see woman doctor. No need to take go dey see eye doctor or they go dey see nose doctor. Find a specialist woman doctor to see. And in pregnancy, other things still fit happen, but please overall see a woman doctor. And men, as I talk before, men are draw chair near, because once you get daughter, you get wife, you get mama, this program concern una.
You do well. So the issue now be say now, as you don't explain that we don't see am now say so many areas credit day we say our women then supposed to hold their body tight. Maybe say they will fit assist them for this infertility we will talk about now. Then the next question will be say what we will try to still know for them be say concerning the matter or the questions we say some people still said come, you know. Now, if we tell us, because here that people go put the right for that and see for here, but that people go as you talk about just now, you go to scatter them for us by yourself. Yeah, I say whether 2 disorders that only affect females, what if be those 2 things? Will be say, you don't say because like say this person don't understand that well. Say 2 disorders that only affect females.
Okay, that's a question. It makes sense. The person want know wetin e be wey e be say na only woman if he happen to not happen to man. I know say most people say, hey, breast cancer. No, that not be true. Men, they get breast cancer. And their own not even a bad pass because they're not a quick no. So, may we not jump say breast cancer. One major thing where it come to mind now, waiting fee affect the organ or that thing where we talk just now, the womb. So something like that endometriosis where I talk about, where I say the lining of the womb, where suppose they inside that orange part where they look where be like small ball, pear. That lining of the womb, it dey respond to the brain. People don't know say menstruation is mainly controlled by the brain and the higher centers. So every month, the body not get pregnancy. The brain go say, because this organ wey you dey see so in primary work na to carry belle and na just im work be that, im just like that work. So when e no happen every month, you come tell the brain say, belle no still enter this month o. You come say, belle no enter, okay, we go see next month na another day. Since belle no enter, the lining of the womb, abeg, shed. When I say shed, that means pee comot. Pee comot, make we begin dey prepare for next month. Show fit happen next month, abi. So that peeling comot na im be menstruation. Okay, wey you dey see every month. Now imagine say that lining of the womb, e come dey maybe your hand. We don see that one before. E go dey your hand. So when the brain send message say lining of the womb, pregnancy no happen this month, okay, shed. Everywhere go begin bleed where lining of the womb dey, even the hand. Even the hand. Mama tell me, say when e dey grow, e say get one woman wey e follow dey grow. Say every month, im hand go dey red, e go dey pain am, e go dey cry. He said, "God, wonder, so wetin dey do this woman?" I said that time, I said they even carry am go native doctor place, say na juju. Now I come dey laugh. I said that woman, now wetin we dey call extra pelvic site endometriosis, na im get. And this na the same reason why some women every month they go dey cry for pain. Because if you bring that diagram again, then we show people. This lining of the womb suppose dey inside this womb. But imagine say e come dey inside this small tube, or e come dey inside this whitish thing wey we dey call ovary. Every month when the brain tell the womb say, oya shed, bleed, inside go bleed inside there and space no dey there. Wetin you think say go happen, or Oga Lucky? If you suppose pour water come out from bucket, make the water flow come out, make e go. Now one part of the body where space not dey, e come still bleed enter. After a while, na pain, severe pain. So you see some women every month they roll for ground. Their mama go say, wetin dey worry you? No be this kind of menstruation wey we dey see. Abeg, a lazy woman get about. They don't know say na one kind special sickness. So if it happen for only women, called endometriosis. The other thing wey fit still happen for only because they get ovary, na cysts. So you fit find cysts for that ovary, wey be a collection of water, and it can cause a lot of pain. And sometimes e fit big so tey the ovary itself e go twist on am. So these are some few things that can happen in only women. Only women.
Okay.
And anything where they only women, inside only women, like the fallopian tube now. Fallopian tube not dey man. If you get cancer of the fallopian tube, I don't say they say two, but I'm just so anything like ovary where they inside only woman, if it happen, say they get cancer of ovary or cancer of womb or cancer of cervix. So those things not go happen to men.
You do well, Dr. Loretta. My people, when I see am now, say this our sister, he really ready to help our women. He really ready to make sure say the necessary things, the better things will be say our women supposed to know about themselves, because this kind of confusion of a lot of people don't tire, say now so in the fight pikin, now so you do this one, now so you do this one. So a lot of people when they go, they get negative thought as you talk and just now. They think I say maybe now this person I cause some The other one, maybe now this one, I may come. Today now, we can't hear from this our sister say a lot of things they be say maybe our women when they come out eye, when they don't put eye, say this one fit be the reason why, this one fit be the cause of what be say it made them not dey fertile, made the people say they not fit get picking as they want time. But now the next thing now be say before we go direct to another topic wey be say we still get for today, may I just ask you that one because we want make we focus on this one well. So now to make am short for these women now, because you don't explain now. And I know say most people be say they watch us for there. If women dey inside too, I don't say they many for there. Now the question have be say, you fit tell us now 3 reasons why women not fit get belle. So I make them put down for inside their head. 3.
Okay. So
This one not the information, it's just 3.
you said 3, but more than 3, but may we do 3. So we feel look if person fit just imagine am with that diagram again. If you bring that diagram come up, that diagram is very crucial because e don't get everything. As we just look at I see different reasons. This na anatomy. When we talk and say anatomy, mean how the structures be, you know, like when you get house now, how the block be, how the lintel be. So that are like the anatomy. Now, if you just look this thing, if any block just cover road, anything just cut this system, because this system connect. Let me say, while I don't boss, you know. So imagine now, say maybe something they will block the ovary from connecting to the tube. As I don't fair talk am, we go lead inside the womb. While I don't start with that too, because the egg where the ovary go release, e not go fit waka or e not go fit float, go inside the tube, pass and come enter the womb. So we have what we call the structural problems. That we say anatomical problems, you know, where if it cause these problems. So, and one of the things where if it cause that one now say the sexually transmitted infection where I don't first talk about will cause the blockage of that tube. So women feel not get belle because of that. Then the physiologic ones, you know, say I first tell you, I say the brain they control a lot of things. So if the brain they control a lot of things, sometimes in that axis, the hypopituitary hypophyseal axis. So that means say the connection between the brain and all those network, if there's a problem wrong there, the woman feel not get belle. That means maybe may I use the word, maybe like go cause what they call hormonal imbalance. And that one too can happen for something like polycystic ovary syndrome. The woman feel not get belle until we don't manage them. The other thing where I must talk, where we not forget about them. Now I said the man will be the problem. The man will be the problem where the woman not get belle. So for these 3 things, I don't want to talk this one, but more than this one. And that this last one where I talk, so for you and me, society, Oga Lucky, many people they forget, say to get belle na 2 people work. Not be one person win. But baby not come after 1 year, everybody here consider the woman. Mother in never born, wetin dey happen? Mother-in-law will consider gidigba. Meanwhile, now picking the fire blank, nothing dey. Bullet, just a fire blank to away. So I beg, if there's nothing we take away from here today, if woman no fit get belle, major thing wey dey happen say 1. Depending on the time, you know, because some people 6 months, they say, hey, I not get belle, I not get belle. That one fit just be nothing. Because after 1 year, depending on the age, then we will say person not get belle. So when person not they get regular, unprotected sexual intercourse, that they do regularly. Let me say your husband they Kaduna, you they Kafanchan, bunny. If you don't do them regularly and belle never enter after 1 year, a few things where we think about, where if it cause and we say, are the structures okay? Is everything patent? Roads there everywhere? Or maybe some things don't block. We'll check that one. 2, something dey like polycystic ovary or hormone imbalance, we'll still check that one. We'll still make sure say the higher centers they do their work. Then three, the man wetin they donate, he gets, is he potent, he correct? Because some men they'll just they carry implement waka, nothing dey, na blank. And sometimes some of this sperm where man they bring, some go get big head, not get tail. Some not go get head, go get only tail. Some go get two head. If there is any malformation, it not go work. So those are the three things. But if you want more than three, crack down.
I know that one will push that one go next day because I know they see some comments wey people they leave, but that one will not fit talk about it today. We'll push and go next day. So now the next one we say we'll enter now. Now what they concern this child abuse. Because now we dey talk about born. So now I know say, and I don't see here say now different type of abuse na e dey. Where be say even some people be say when they be small pikin, they definitely see those kind of abuse. And today now it can affect most of them. But some people say don't even forget say that kind of thing happen. So now since you be say you not dey into all these things, because we know say every of all these things it connects to what you be say we dey talk about. So the question now be say, talking about child abuse, what be your intake? What be say before we ask the next question? We concern this physical abuse, sexual abuse, and the rest. When we all talk about child abuse, what it go come to your mind? Which advice you will give to both father or mama or more put out together, say parents?
You know, say as you just dey talk, so something just strike me. Make am clear first too. You know, say when we just dey talk about women reproductive health, the first thing wey people mind just dey go na infertility. But now make me talk about all the other parts, other things dey wey not just be infertility. May I just quickly point that out, and we've talked about them. Now, with respect to child abuse, you know, say abuse, it not go fit happen if we not get gradients. When I say gradients, make I explain what gradients mean. When something dey on top and something dey bottom, gradients don't dey. Na be say a space or a height don't dey. So abuse not dey fit happen if height not dey. Now, when you talk about children, now then na be the small people wey dey our society. Almost everybody big pass them. They big pass them for height and size. They big pass them for money. They big pass them for power. And this big pass, we can say power gradient, size gradient, financial gradient, emotional gradient. So instead of gradient, and they use big pass, make people for understand. They big pass them for everything. Now, for normal way where God take arrange things, if you big pass person, it means that person dey vulnerable for that area. Now be say that person not fit help himself. Person not fit help himself. The person not fit help himself now. Now be say on a good day, we suppose carry that person like egg, go dey tete am. Now so we suppose they treat children. Say, oh, tete this blessing of God where God don't stand come. But wetin people come they do, they'll come they exploit that vulnerability. They'll come they exploit that they not fit help themselves. They'll come they exploit that I big pass them. When they exploit them, now abuse they enter. So ordinarily, when we hear child, me go they happy because I know say this now the future of our world. We need to tete them. We need to nurture them. It be like when you get flower, you go dey put water, you go trim them, you go dey direct them. All of us will be guardians, and guidance. We dey do God work, they direct these children when He give us. And when I say when He give us, not me say the one where we use our body to born. No, even the ones where they are around us, even as teachers say, many teachers they will contribute to my life. But wetin we come dey see be say people come dey exploit this vulnerability. Instead of wey dem tell these people, dem come dey exploit this I big pass you. And that na where abuse from dey start. For there to be abuse, there must be a gradient. Oga Lucky, you think am now? You fit beat who you and dey the same level. E not possible now.
No.
So
No.
even when that thing not there, some people come create that environment. So wetin I mean be say, if that a big past you situation not there, some people will create am. They'll, for instance, if maybe pikin he dey house, they know say if I dey give this pikin money, he go school, you can't know many things. They'll start to dey withdraw that money. They withdraw and they can't create a situation where there's a gradient. Anyway, we'll come to the different kind of abuse. But this is it. An abuse is when you exploit a gradient and you begin to use it to control another person because there is vulnerability and because there is a gap.
You do well, you do well. So now the next one be say, so we don't talk about just now. Say you give us your intake, or you give us what you be say you understand, or what you sabi as your work. We be say the question we say we'll ask just now. Now we get time for also here we say talk about physical abuse. And for inside this physical abuse, we come and say they see what they call domestic violence or abuse. So would like you first explain that place for us first?
Okay. So now make me talk and all hang on there. I know say the many other questions will follow this first question. So now these people where they use this opportunity of say them big pass people, they fit do it in different ways. Physical na when you touch person or you beat person or you do something to am, look me, look you. But before we even reach there, psychological, mean say inside their mind, inside their brain, you don't dey create abuse. People say, how that one take dey happen? Make I give simple example. Pikin wey follow you dey house, maybe your sister pikin, e go come, e go do something. You no go ever see anything good in wetin e do. You go just dey curse am every day, morning till night. If dem talk, you say, but I no beat am, I no touch am. So in effect, you no do physical abuse, but you do psychological abuse. Because if that pikin come, you say, look am, useless pikin. Mama tell me, say when you dey grow, say sometimes they will say, see this one be like cockroach where they spread mat on top. They fit follow im mate. See as e see e leg. Better reach im mate. See all your other mates that they talk, that they play. That sabi hold biro. You don't know anything. Ooh. Even us as parents, sometimes we dey do am to our children. We don't know say we dey do bad thing. So that pikin he go come dey grow, come dey think less of himself. Him confidence go dey drop because that pikin don dey psychologically traumatized. Wetin that one mean say you don disband im brain. He no dey fit think say I be better person. Say I get wetin I go fit add to society wey me dey grow. And I write this one for inside my book. My book wey we dey call My Father's Daughter. I write am there how my papa how im take help me take build my confidence. Because every day me go school, they go just dey clap, dey follow me. They'll say, pussycat eyes, yellow pawpaw, rabbit teeth. Me go come dey cry. That na physical abuse where those psychological abuse where those people they do. Me, I cry. Now one day my papa come see them, come say, my pikin not cry again. Come carry me go ask. Come tell me, say, look, your eye fine well. Your skin beautiful and your teeth, because say you dey suck your hand, now come out, but your smell, now fine pass for this world. But every day my papa come dey tell me how I take fine. When me come go school, they come dey tell me say pussycat eye, rabbit teeth, yellow pawpaw. Me come tell them say no, me fine. My papa don't tell me so. All this one that they talk now lie. And that was it. Every day my papa, if my friends come, my papa say now you just fine pass for all those people. Whether or not me find personal come matter again, me don't come to believe my papa. Until tomorrow, I believe my papa. I go somewhere last week. One man, they say, you're a very fine woman. I tell her, I said, tell me what I don't know. Because I know this one. My papa don't tell me since I small. So nobody will feel, especially for get children. Nobody will come feel brainwash those kind of children. Come do psychological abuse for them. Now, physical abuse now the one where you just carry the they beat am, they beat am. You just carry am today, you do this one, you beat am, broom. They'll come and pick broom from some children body. That kind of thing is not good. Because all of them, they reduce their self-esteem. How they take you themselves. The other one wey go come happen, that physical abuse, na domestic abuse, because e dey happen inside a domesticated place, inside the home. So e come turn domestic abuse. Imagine say something dey pursue something person from outside, where we run go, not miss our house. Then you come see say na inside house, na they come dey beat person, where the person go come run go now? Now make that one bad, oh, because nowhere to go, nowhere to hide, especially if they come from papa, mama, uncle, or sister. And inside that one, you could get sexual abuse, because physical abuse, now when you touch person. So when it is sexual abuse is a kind of physical abuse. And they go tell these children, say, come take sweets. As the pikin dey lick you, they say, make I touch you here. The pikin if you not even know wetin e mean, if you not even know saying they do anything wrong, they'll come touch her and say, hey, not tell your mama, not tell your papa. Even sometimes even be uncle, auntie, where they live with people. I know one pikin, one auntie where can't live with them. The 6-year-old boy go tell her and say, can't use your thing, they rub my KB. You know, and that's why it destroy that boy life. So, as parents, we need to be close to our children. We need to reinforce what that they do. Even if you get pikin, we get one leg. Tell her, say, down with one leg. Hey, they never see two of your kind for this world before. They reinforce your children. Not be by to they carry children go church, they carry them go service, push them from lesson to lesson. No, they need to stay with you, quality time with you. Even if now 1 second, that 1 second when you take there with them, you make them feel special. And then you have things like religious abuse, financial abuse. You have all these different kind of abuse.
Now, before not to go far for that sexual abuse when you talk just now, because remember I said when they come from that area of reproduction. Remember I said for since we still use matter talk some kind of area where we say it can't still relate to what we see when they talk now. It got any way this sexual abuse fit affect women maybe later day in the future, so they're not feel born again.
It get many ways. I got lucky. Make I just start with some very simple story. I did my office one day, one woman enter. As she enter, I say, Madam, welcome. I will fit help you today. Now she come the point. She not talk. She the point. Now say, a point go that side. What's the happen for that side now? You know, fit talk. Now comes okay, Madam. I can't tell my assistant. Make my assistant say, I be may go. Say may go. Her mother-in-law follow her come. She can't use that. Tell me say, Now I can say, her mother-in-law, I beg. You get what I want to do. You feel just help us stay outside first. Now I can't stay outside. Now when everybody don't come on, she can't tell me say when she dey grow, one of her mama brother wey can't follow them stay. That her mama brother they rape her that time when she small. When everybody don't sleep, every night he will come, they rape her. And since that time now, for her brain, if any man touch her, he like say the man won't rape her. Now come say who you tell? Say she not tell anybody till now. And what he make her come? Now infertility. Let me come say, why you gonna come say now infertility? Say because the truth be say, he not dey let your husband touch her. Say the man just touch her, she go just shock, just jump. Say they're not gonna know how they'll go to see doctor or the doctor where they will see that they say they start from ecologist. Now I come tell her say, okay, welcome. you good way, at least you come. Now, Oyinbo use big word, they'll say post-traumatic stress disorder. But what you now I mean say all those things will happen to her when she young, e don disbangban the way she dey think. She not fit enjoy man and woman do. So wetin we can't do, we can't get to send and go wetin we call psychosexual experts. The people wey dey do counseling, they try bring people mind down, they help them, they get over that kind of problem. Constant she and her husband. Another one come where I see before, e no fit get belle. Wetin happen? She say na this her husband and she don't sleep with no other person. When we can't do wetin we dey call me I don call her X-ray of all those things wey you show just now. She say she get serious blockage. Okay, wetin happen? We test her husband, her husband no get any problem. Now she come talk say when she dey grow, her papa bin dey rape her. And e get one time, that time when she dey grow, e say e be like say she dey just get discharge. But she no know who to talk to. She no want tell her mama make e no cause trouble for us. She come quiet. She say after a while, e come stop. Now we come tell her and say, Omo, you had sexually transmitted infection likely that time. Say now other infection will cause blocking of the tube. And for some other reason, we can't get to go do what they call keyhole operation for her. And when we true do and what we see for that keyhole operation, it shows say na person wey first get sexually transmitted infection before. So now look these two examples where I don't give you. One is disbangma in brain. The other one is scattered in place where the whole thing supposed happen. So 1,001 things see happen. One man when me know today, the man na gay. I ain't take turn gay. He say the houseboy wey there as that time. When the mama and papa go work, the houseboy will say, oh yeah, make him come turn in yash. Now so he can't be gay. So as he dey woman, now so he dey man. All these things they get big effect. Big effect. These are just some simple example where I don't real life scenario where I don't give you so.
You do well. Now, for this same matter again, we dey talk about now when it concern modern slavery, where it concern abuse. So now, you ask the person will be say you dey into this matter of humanitarian too, will be say they make some research and they do some investigations too, will concern our people on how to assist them. You got any way where we say this same abuse say affect or where we say it take hook this modern slavery? I would like to tell us now, you know what we mean when it comes to abuse of modern slavery. So what do you mean? I say they can't change them now. Before that slave, whether they put something for a map, make you not talk anything, we don't do this one, we don't do this one. And now what you want to come with the modern slavery? We would like me to tell us.
As you just asked this question, Belle sweet me. You know why Belle sweet me? Because I did do PhD for what they call modern or contemporary slavery and trafficking, actually criminology and law, but the small part I did look now modern slavery or contemporary slavery and trafficking. And the matter is deep where because what you described just now, let's say you said you just teach me something, nah. Because before, when people talk of slave, they think of person where they put chain for his leg, they waka, he go farm, he go there. But now, chain not there anybody leg, but the slavery, hey, not be here, too long. You know, when you think of even all our guests where they traffic, especially where we come from Edo State, may I first start from there. You can't see this illegal migration. Now, form of slavery, modern day slavery. And we can't even get problem now for Igbo land. The problem be say, other countries where they illegally migrate from, like Thailand, all those kind of countries, they'll say, if una come this country, say una the traffic una come, make una come meet police or make them help una. They'll say other people go they go. But where we come from, Edo State, all those, we know they go. Then they call what thing they happen? What they happen? Now some of us can say, make we look this matter way. Now we can't discover, say, our people, before they travel, they'll go native doctor place, go swear. They go cut their fingernail, take their pubic hair, all those kind of things, put on there. My brother, that now one of the biggest form of slavery, coercion, imprisonment that you can ever think about. Because when these people come out there, they know they come out there. Then they there. It be like they put rope for their neck, just they drag them. The people where they do and they really think well, oh, because me self, I can't dey trip, say, they say they walk like this. I can't decide, say, make I study and where I can't see, say, what people believe in, what be their cultural orientation, neither they fear. And when these women and men they reach abroad, they know they feel interact with the police or the legal system where they all these countries. They go they suffer, they go they pay. They're not going to report anything where they happen. So you find out that the mind is enslaved. The other form be say you will still see people where they go don't pimp them. When I say pimp, even for Nigeria, no need to even travel. They give them to men, they collect the money. So not be even only abroad home. And obviously you'll still see people where they'll say, oh, can't go be house help or house boy to people. And they'll go there. The people go arrange, okay, when they come, you go put them for school, you go do this, you go do that. But when they reach there, these things don't happen. And before you know it, they don't give them money. So there's physical abuse. They pay the person that brings them. They can't run away. There's nowhere to go. And they will go dating. So modern day slavery is real. Then another group come there where we they see those where they go come, they'll say, Oga, madam, just try this substance now, drink am. It go make you high rate. You drink am finish, cocaine. Oga wey get house, he go start, he go first sell motor. He go come dey sell the chairs wey dey inside the house. He go dey give the money to people. They go make sure say that they feed am these substances. That in itself is a kind of modern day slavery. So there are 1,001 ways you will look at it, and you find that today in our society, for where we dey, different parts of the world where we dey, different things don't dey wey don't enslave people. So that vision of say you go say slave, say it gets a chain for a leg, forget am, not be so it be again. Some women they be slaves for their husband house because the man put them for there. He make sure say they not add value to themselves. He make sure say they not start business. He go they use money till they say oye nene mi yawo maho till they do them bad. They are not financially empowered. They go there inside that house. Because they are not financially empowered, they not get the one where they follow words dey. The man go out, he go stay out. Anytime where he like, he go come house, and there is no consequences. The woman not feel complain. If some even go complain, they'll say, you don't pay your bad price, so stay there. Others go say, go war room, go they pray. That one slavery of a form. The one when me even hear recently, now person will go use the papa house, they go do donation for church, make him forget blessing. The papa can say, where my house? Where do you say, he don't use that and give vow to God. Church not gree return waiting the carry give. So you have religious modern day slavery, you have financial slavery, you have the ones along the sexual exploitation lines, you have those along sexual substance misuse, you have all forms of modern day slavery, and they are all closely tied to abuse. And when things are tied to abuse, you have a psychological state that people will not have quality of life, and that can have effect on even their reproductive organs or their reproductive ability. Woman wey you dey beat every day, some women me know where they get belle, they beat them, they'll miscarry, get belle, beat them, they miscarry, get belle, beat them, miscarry. You can't reach stage, they will get infection via that miscarriage, they're not fit born again. So all these things are linked. not deceive ourselves. That's why we suppose guard our mental health. We suppose take care of our children. Our eyes, not be only woman eye they pikin. Man and woman, they make children. We suppose they look out for them. Make sure say your pikin fit talk to you. Daddy, this na wetin Auntie Esther do to me today when you not dey house. Women, listen to your children. If you dey say, my pikin come go this place, go drop this thing, your pikin say no wan go. Ask am, my pikin, why you no wan go that place? Not force am, say you must go that place today. You get one woman where I know every Sunday she go cook for her pikin, may go give pastor. I go reach one stage, the girl say she not go again. The mama say, you must go today. When they worry, lazy pikin. Meanwhile, the pastor, they abuse the child when he reach there. That make no one go. But you don't know as he want to tell him, mama. So open channels for your children to talk to you. Like me, you not get anything when I don't tell my mama. You not see get. You need to make them welcome.
So you do well, you do well. You do well. So now the issue now be say you don't use my talk so many things now. And I think say you don't need, not be I think you don't need try today. Will be say you take put all this matter for table, you spread out, you open the paper, you arrange them well, you bring the English, you join them together, you open them well. So nobody will talk, say, I don't understand the kind of language will be say she they speak. Everybody will be say they hear us now. They understand the kind of language will be say you they speak. Because the last word will be supposed to ask you, you don't use my talk from your part, just time say, now for our community, how we fit to resolve this issue of abuse or child abuse for our community. Now you don't use my touch the area should be say parents they supposed open their hand when they welcome their children, or rather make we try by all means say anything they do. More think about person will be say this person, this is what they do. So if you affect the brain, if you affect them in person, even in the future to come, you don't use my touch all those ones. So now we will say you really do well. We'll be say you take come our studio today, go analyze all this issue. I will go beg you for one thing again. Say next time, because this matter that it don't dey long, and I don't see some comments here for here too. What we say we're not going to talk about today. I beg next time if we invite you come for this matter, we go want make you still welcome us. May you come tell us this matter. May you come tell our people. We'll be say they like to hear it from you as a doctor. At the same time too, we'll be say you dey into humanitarian, you know as the matter be. And now when they hear from you now say you dey put a study this issue now. For person to come a study which they call PhD or BA masters. For those of us we'll be say one hear English well, not be small thing. So we say you do well. We'll be say they come Urban Land TV and radio today. So now, if you don't say you don't get any other thing, we'll say, do this one again. So my people, now so they do it for here. For those of you now, we say go get better matter. We want help our people. We be say we now say this matter. If I can't talk, it go get one plus for the other. We say it go take assist our people for all over the world. I beg, make we now leave a message for Urban Land magazine. So before we finish now, we'll ask now if you still get one or two things where we say you would like to tell our people before we carry this matter for ground.
I think the thing where I will talk, we say tomorrow, Monday, yes, now International Women's Day, and now the day where we they celebrate all our women them for over across the world. So me, I did very which word? I really love my women, because they're special for our own world. So I go say today, say, make we begin to help all the women with they around us. Papa, your daughters, now you go fit give them confidence. And part of the way to also help the women where they are around us and the ones who they grow, they come say, Mama, make you raise your sons so that they will be the kind husband where you for even like marry, so that they go they respect women. Because not the only women matter. This matter, it join all of us. It be like, oh yeah, enter one hand. It must stain everywhere. So make we take our women folk seriously and take the reproductive health of our women especially, and that of our men as well seriously. Me not be that gang where they say women. I'm a man lover. I'm a woman. I'm a man lover. But I know that we suppose gather hand together help our women, because society, e get way society don't take women go back. So we need to help women. They work so hard. We work hard to raise the pikin. You will go work, you will clean house, you will do everything. We need help. Every man wey dey hear the sound of my voice, make una help women wey dey una lives. Una mama, una sisters, una wives, and women, make una dey help women. And make we dey discuss dis kind topics now and again on women's health. Thank you very much, my brother, and your team for Oberland magazine and TV. Una dey do well. May God bless una.
You do well, you do well. So my people, now here now we want to carry this matter for grant. So for those of you that will be say it never be they follow us, make una they follow us now for Oberland magazine for our channel for YouTube. Una see if they follow us for Oberland magazine for our page for Facebook. I will see them for Twitter too. For those of you that will be for that area, una see they follow us. Then our website now www.oberlandmagazine.com. We get many news for there. We'll be saying concern this matter too. We'll be so to talk about. So I will concern our people for all over the world. So my people, we say una do well. What I really take put here for grant. When I tell this to us today. So next time another important matter like this, it will come again. So my people, una do well.